Pirates, Skull and Bones. Four points of the compass, cardinal directions. In the center, X marks the spot. The X is inside of a circle with a square on the outside here, squaring the circle. And there in the center you see the octagon. I found this snippet here on geonumerology.com. The octagon, or the leader, the octagon symbolizes the passage from the earthly plane, square, to the celestial plane, circle, or squaring the circle. The movie is Peter Pan, Return to Neverland. Hey everyone, Deutsche Videos here, German Video 7th channel. Today's video is about clown food. Starting off with Wendy's here. So you just saw in that clip, in the dimension jump, going from the earthly plane to the celestial, from Midgard to Alfheim, or Land of the Fairies. The very clownish looking character here, Wendy, is inside of a tunnel, or a wind tunnel, a portal. You read about people traveling through a portal, one dimension to the next. A lot of times they hear things like panpipes, Peter Pan, right? And sometimes they hear wind. So it's windy. Another connection. Well, I'm just not talking out of my butt here. The hamburger, this is just so ridiculous. The hamburger has square patties and the circle buns. Why do they call it the buns? I explained on a previous channel that some people speculate that they have sodomy, rape rituals where the newly entered Mason has a dildo jammed up there behind and pressed hard against the sacral nerves. These sacred nerves connect, like all your nerves connect into the brain, except these nerves are right there in like a bundle at the bottom of the spine, and if they are pressed upon and connects to the brain, and then they see flashes of light in their mind, then they are experienced, they are illuminated with all of this light. At this point, it is such a traumatic experience that they go off to La La Land through a portal. It's all in the mind where this is happening. So don't think that the actual physical body is floating off somewhere. So that brings us back here to this photo with the hamburger and the square there, the square patties squaring the circle. The kaleidoscope effect we saw in that Return to Neverland clip. Another connection to Freemasonry, the kaleidoscope, invented by Scottish Rite Freemason David Brewster, pointing to the illuminated eye. This Brewster here, brewing something, most likely witches' potions, just like all these other ones, pointing to their eyes. Pharmakeia, sorcery, deception with drugs. David Brewster wrote a history of Freemasonry. She calls it a peaceful institution. The greatest victory is that which requires no battle. So this peaceful institution is at war with a populace who has no idea that they're at war, and therefore there are no battles being fought. And they will achieve, at least in their mind, the greatest victory because they didn't fight any battles to get what they wanted. Dude, if you're thinking about planning a trip, dude, check out Kaleidoscope Adventures, man. You can trip so hard. Wendy's, however, with their square patties and circular hamburger buns, they are not original. The original provider of the squaring circle hamburgers was Kewpie's, who still exists today in 5 locations in the United States, going down from several hundred to 5. And how do you come up with a name like Kewpie? Q is 17, P is 16. Add them together and you get 33 in your English ordinal numerology chart. There is no doubt in my mind that Masonry is the cornerstone of America. Sister Dave Thomas. Masonry is literally the cornerstone. On the roof here, you see on the upper left and the right, the Boaz and the Yachin, pillars with the earthly and the heavenly spheres sitting on top of this early location, this early Kewpie's location. There is a QP doll shown in other locations on the top here. This was America's Mickey Mouse, Mickey 33 Mouse, before Mickey 33 Mouse existed. They were even available in clown get-ups. So you could get your QP Harley Quinn doll. Democratic Vice President candidate Joe Biden, a couple days before the election in 2008, with its reversed monster family. Having a look at Dave Thomas's children. One of them is Wendy. That's supposedly how it came up with the name for the restaurant. You see that's just a little boy on the left with pigtail hair braided and the striped shirt there, showing off clown status. Seems to have had some feminization work as it got older, like a brow shave. Very, I'm getting Kathleen Turner vibes here. Other children, there is Molly for the Molly code. The Molly house was a place supposedly hundreds of years ago where the freaks could get their freak on. Now the supposed wife, Lorraine Thomas, Masonic floorboard with the Masonic pillars behind it as well. Very Kathleen Turner, this look. Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption. How creepy is it that a food entrepreneur is running an adoption service? How creepy is it that these witches and warlocks have an adoption service? See Lorraine there, a little uncomfortable with its Masonic passing grip, the Master Mason pass grip, pushing down on the middle knuckle. Has to check and make sure it's doing it right. The one on the left, though, they can do it without looking. Wearing all the pearls, of course. Androgyne status symbols. That's going to be it for this video. It went on longer than I thought. So I'm going to have to cut it here and do a part 2 tomorrow. Tschüss, auf Wiedersehen.